Hi, welcome to
the countdown to the release of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet!
If there were three pillars upon which the success of Pokémon stood, one would be the games, obviously, one would be the anime, and the third would be the trading cards. I never collected them as a kid, but for a good quarter of this year I was obsessed with opening card packs. So, what pushed me from one extreme to the other? Well, it had nothing to do with Pokémon cards. Get ready for some next level sad right now. Well, those who have followed me enough know I'm a pretty big Eevee fan. I happened to be bored one night and was on the official Pokémon website when I visited the official Pokémon store for the first time ever. And one thing immediately stood out to me from all the things one would normally expect from a merch store: the plush section. There are a lot of official Pokémon plushes out there, and the online store was no exception. And people like these. They sell out fast. Of course I had to buy some. I wanted to get all of Eevee's original evolutions from Gen 1 at least. But I'm not made of money and I wanted to see how much I liked my first one before I ordered more. I haven't bought anything from the Pokemon Center website in a while, but maybe it's still a thing. At least back when I did this, when you spent over a certain amount, I forget what it was, shipping was free on that particular order. With my first plush, Vaporeon, I threw in a couple of booster packs of TCG cards, you know, as a fun little bonus to look forward to getting in the mail. If only I knew the ramifications of that choice. I was very pleased with the Vaporeon plush I got in the mail. It was of good quality and I wanted to go ahead and collect more Eevees. But the more time I spent browsing the store page, the more I became interested in buying TCG stuff. Trading card products are limited edition collector's items, all of them. So when I saw something cool on the website, like the Shining Fates Elite Trainer box in stock, which also just so happens to have Eevee on it, I had to have it because it would sell out soon. Sure, TCG products are way easier to find from retailers to pick up in person, but buying them from the official site and getting them in the mail was so exciting. So that's why I did it for a while until I learned better. So yeah, I've bought quite a few plushes, but I knew how to stop with that. Maybe I'll do a whole talk in the future about the plushes I've collected, and yes, I know that might sound boring, but trust me, I'd have a lot to say. My plush collection had an end in sight, but I couldn't shake the habit of first buying TCG packs and boxes online, and then in stores. I got pretty great pulls consistently too, but I'm not here to talk about all my awesome pulls today. What I'm here to talk about is my quest to get a special card of my favorite Pokemon. Those who have followed me enough to know I'm a pretty big Eevee fan should also know that I'm a pretty big Breloom fan. Breloom is my all-time favorite Pokemon. I love everything about Breloom. Its colors, its design, its stats, and the rad moves it can learn in battle. Breloom is like the perfect mixture of cute and badass, silly and serious. If there was an award for the best evolution a Pokemon could undergo, Breloom should win. Shroomish is a good Pokemon, but what it becomes is something so different while staying on theme. Well, anyways, I love Breloom. I have beaten Sapphire version with just a Breloom, and trust me, I know I keep teasing it, but I will eventually tell that story in full. And what better way to celebrate my adoration for all things Breloom than to own the card from the expansion Fusion Strike, Breloom V. What a magnificent work of art that card has on it. In general, all of the rare cards in the Fusion Strike expansion are really cool. Once the Fusion Strike expansion released, I saw an out. I get Breloom V and I never have to buy Pokemon cards ever again. But almost as if a curse has been put on me, I have literally collected almost every other possible rare card from Fusion Strike, but I cannot get Breloom V no matter how much money I drop into the TCG collecting void. I'm starting to get a little nervous. The Sword and Shield era of Pokemon is almost over. Fusion Strike will soon become an expansion of the past. How much more should I invest in this hobby before I just give up and decide to save the money for things that are actually important? See, that's what I like about shiny hunting. At least when I fail to find a shiny when shiny hunting, the process costs me exactly $0 to go through. With TCG pack opening, it's like doing a shiny hunt, except each encounter costs money. Oh well, I'm not exactly drowning in money over here, so no guarantees that I will follow through and actually pull a Breloom V, but No matter what happens, I'd love to talk about the TCG more in the future, especially as an outsider who has never played a trading card game competitively. Who knows, maybe I'll film myself crashing a tournament and playing in it. Either way, the release of Scarlet and Violet grows even closer, and probably the best way to wrap things up before I prepare for the release of Generation 9 is to talk about the most recent big Pokémon accomplishment I made, and almost certainly the last big one I will make before Scarlet and Violet come out. Join me tomorrow as I talk about the luckiest shiny hunt I have ever experienced in a Pokémon game. Good night.